Good morning, everybody. It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and how's my little potato chips today? I'm going to do a part two of the reviewing some of the knives I got in 2021. It's evening here. I'm doing this the night before. I'm going to release this in the morning. But I had my grandkids today staying with us. We had to look after them after school, so I never got to make a video. So it's late at night, and I'm doing a wee video. And I'm going to speed up through this so it's not as long as the last one. The last one went on about half an hour. I keep saying that, but God knows what'll happen. Anyway, look, it's making me realise just how many blooming knives I did get this year. Now, I traded for a lot of these. These are not all buys. I couldn't afford that sort of money. But there's trading, there was selling and everything. And I really have revamped from being a knife collector of all sorts of knives to being mostly traditional knives. So that's why there's so many traditionals. The next video I'll put up, I'll change it up a wee bit. I'm going to do my modern knives that I bought this year. But this is just going to get through I've nearly picked my top five, which is what I want to do. I've nearly picked it, and I need one or two out of this one. Maybe you'll see something that you think will be the one or two. Let's just see how it goes. Anyway, let's just get started. On the last video, I mentioned Rough Rider Reserve, and I showed you the beautiful work knife, working man's knife. Well, this is the other one they do, which is the one-arm bandit or the one-arm opening. Beautiful knife in D2, Jean Micarta, which is gorgeous. Again, $49.99. Now, I'm not sure if they got this one on Heine, but I know they have got the newer version, which is in brown burlap micarta, and it looks beautiful. I don't get twos of any knife, really, to be honest with you, except for number 15s, but that is the exception. So there's the first one. Again, get over to Heine Haynes. They've got both of the versions of this in, and they're just so worth it for 50 quid. You just look at the fit and finish. That's the second one. Look, they're absolutely amazing. Now, going from that to now a cheaper Rough Rider, which genuinely for budget knives a year, this is probably going to be, one of them too. Look at this. In Rough Rider, we had the coal miner, and it had this sort of blade shape. But this is not. This is in black micarta. This is in a tool steel. A carbon steel, so it will patina. Beautiful knife, really is lovely, with a lovely shield on it there. Oh, just let you see that. Beautiful shield. Single, look at the fit and finish on this knife. And I mean, this again is a £20 knife or somewhere around that figure. What a fantastic, and it's a bit of a sway back, so it's actually great for doing pull cuts, which is excellent for this type of steel. And this knife, really lovely, quite thin behind the edge. Beautiful knife. Centering, just a bit off. Actually, you can pull them a wee bit, but it's perfect. Absolutely, for the price, absolutely. And a gorgeous, gorgeous knife to use. What else will we got? Oh, here, I got my biggest slip joint, and I probably never get one bigger than this. This is a copy of the old Remington bullet knife. And this is the exact same size that the original one would have been back in the, is it 1920s, 1930s? A beautiful, huge, big knife. It's a two-bladed trapper. Oh, gosh, and it's a good pull. This is a proper work knife. The pull is amazing on it. Look at that for a spade blade. Is that not just gorgeous? Like, there's the Rough Rider Reserve. Look at that. The blade is the same size as this closed. It is just an absolute corker of a big knife. Great work knife. Whether I'll ever use it for it, if it's one of them knives, I don't know. Look at that centering. Absolutely super. But this was a really famous knife, and I'm so glad that GEC got to do it. I don't know how they managed to get, because this must be a registered mark, and GEC managed to get it and pay for it. For this knife, and I really am enjoying that this year. I enjoy just getting it out. I haven't used it as such for nothing but paper and cardboard. That's the only thing I've ever done. But I'm going to go on to something else now. Case. Again, we've had an awful lot of people complaining about case. Here's a medium stockman. Now, I got this off a boy on YouTube that I actually know. He showed me the knife, showed me pictures of it. It's been used. It's carbon steel. Medium stockman. Love the bone on this. Beautifully coloured orangey brown bone. And the jigging is just fantastic. Case do fantastic bone work. They really do. And it's just a Stockman. I'm not going to show every blade. This has been well used and I use this. This brought me sort of, I got a GEC Stockman last year and I love it. And it was the first time I've actually really got to like the Stockman pattern. I've had Rough Rider ones, but never really ventured into it until last year. Got this. This is stunning. This is such a pocket dropper. And you get 3 blades that are thin, slicey. No matter what you're going to cut during the day, you're not going to use all 3 blades up. They're, it's just cracking. Absolutely super knife. Really functional knife. And here we go, functional. I got my first number 71 bullnose, and this is the take on the case, which I'm going to show you as well. This is the case Sodbuster, which is the only people that can use that name. If you look at the size, the bullnose and the Sodbuster are not that much difference in size. The bullnose has a bigger blade, and it's a much more sturdy rendition of the Sodbuster, if you can see that. Blade's not that much thicker, which I really do agree with, but they got my Carta handles to the bone on that. Just look at that. Is that not just beautiful? It's probably about a 70-pound knife, but look at that bone. It's just gorgeous. And again, all I can do is say, this was a gift from Gizmo Car. Gave me this gift. The fit and finish on it and the hafting is lovely, so smooth. Lovely little knife. I never had one. This is my first one of these. Beautiful smooth cantang. Centered up the middle. This is just, if Case could do knives just at this quality, I would buy many more of them. As it is, I think I'm up to about 10 of them. So I can't dislike them that much. And the 10 I've got are pretty good, to be honest with you. I've no complaints. But this is an amazing work knife, steak knife. I cleaned this up as part of my little madness that went ahead one night. It's got a half stop. Again, I love the half stop. And I love the half stop, not because it's fancy or because with all these rumours. I like a half stop for the walk and talk. Just that simple. I couldn't really care whether it's a cam tang or a half stop. But the half stop I like because you can simply make that lovely noise when it's coming up. I love that. Love it. Just the control side of it. Absolutely lovely. Where am I now? I'm going to show these because they'll not be entered in because I've only just got them. But these next 2 knives are UK makers. I have a video just gone past. Look at these knives. They are absolutely beautiful. Barlow's by 2 different Sheffield makers. This one's by Stephen Cocker. Sheffield maker, look at that beautiful. This is a green dyed wood that he jigged himself. How gorgeous is that? And that bolster is absolutely beautiful. I am falling in love with this. Really am. I've sharpened this one. It needed a good sharpening when it came to me, which I wish makers would do more often, but there's so many now that don't do it. This is the other one. And this is by Ian. Oh gosh, I've forgotten his blooming name. I've forgotten his sodden name. Ian. Oh, I'll come back to me, I'm sure. But if not, if you get back to this video, just back shortly. Look at this. Beautiful, different shaped blade. A wider, stockier blade. I prefer this type of blade, to be honest with you. Lovely point on it. But it needs a sharpening too, so I'll get that done. And the micarta and I think that's micarta as well on the handle. But it's just beautifully done. Really lovely done. Cam time, beautiful. Blade centering, absolutely perfect. And when I say perfect, if they're not touching the sides on a slip joint, that's absolutely fine with me. I don't need it any better than that. I genuinely don't. I'm not just saying that. It's lovely when you do get it. And when I pay the bigger money for the GECs and the likes of this Northwoods, I expect it to be there. There you go. Centering is almost up the center. This is a Northwoods, but this is one that was made by, I believe, Queen before GEC got involved. And this is a Northwoods. The jigging, Queen's jigging is some of the best. I just think it was beautiful. So sad to see them go out of business, but understandable. If you can't keep up at that end of the market, you can't keep up. But this is beautiful. Fit and finish in this, absolutely immaculate. Beautiful two-bladed knife. Absolutely love it. The gunstock pattern, just absolutely. And it's lovely to have a Northwoods that's not made by GEC. So I've got two different makers for that same company of Northwoods, which was Derek Bone. Absolutely love it. Really, really love this. Never leave. I can't see that ever leaving. I'm thinking of things that'll never leave. Here's another one. This is a Mare and Grosh, which is another American company who have had different people like Queen and GEC make knives for them. I believe this one might even be GEC made. I think it is GEC made, this one. But it's Mare and Grosh. It's their name on it. An American company. Beautiful two-blade. I love the jigged bone again. I really am a bone lover. Maybe you can tell that. And I'm getting more and more into the just brown bone, the different colours of brown bone. Absolutely love it. Love this shield on here. Beautiful knife. Simple, simple knife. This is probably one of the best cutting blades you can have in a penknife. It's useful for everything. It doesn't do anything badly and it still gives you a good point. But this also gives you a really good pen blade, which is lovely. Absolutely love it. Mare and Grosh. I think I have a video up on that, but I'm not sure. There's a few of these I haven't got videos up on. This one I know I have because this is an Ashley Harrison. This was the first one I got. Look at that backspacer. Absolutely lovely file work. This is just on a basic wood. It's a hardwood. I'm not sure what the hardwood is, but it's beautifully put together. And again, that blade shape is absolutely stunning. This is the equivalent of this sodbuster. I mean, if you put these two work-wise, these two will do exactly the same work in my collection. This is a little bit of a bigger blade, but this is more pocketable, you know, just to throw in your pocket. This is beautiful, and I cleaned it up as well. That was bogging, so it's now nice and clean. But again, a calm time. Listen to that snap. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm on my last knife. No, I'm not. Here we are. I have another one here. This is another custom knife. An expensive custom knife. This is a John H. Lloyd, an American custom knife maker. I got this from Congi's Knife Sales. Look at that drop point on that knife and that beautiful shield, which I'm not going to mention anything about it. And it's loosely translated as a gun stock, but it is just beautiful. Gorgeous in hand. This bulbous end is beautiful. But that drop point will do so much work. Nice thin blade stock, down to a reasonably thin point, but not super skinny. But behind the edge, it is just a slicer. An absolutely gorgeous knife. In vintage micarta, which is, there you are, you can see that. It's like a two-tone. On the other side, they matched it up as well. Vintage micarta, and it is just beautifully done. All the transitions, you can't feel anything on there. You just can't feel anything. Beautiful knife. And again, the one thing about this is, and it really sort of the money I paid for this, it went off center very quickly, which is sort of disappointing because it was an expensive £270 knife. But that sort of disappointed me that it was off center, and it had blade wrap as well, which I seem to have got out because I've just, for the first time since I sharpened it, slapped it down there, but there's no blade wrap. Thank goodness for that. There we go. Blade wrap has gone. But it took about 3 sharpenings to get that out. And but it's a gorgeous knife. Lovely knife. Now, what else have I got? Here we go. Here's the standout one of this lot. This is an Ashley Harrison. And it's a razor knife. And it is just done in this beautiful Damascus. And this is a Damascus you can feel. It is stunning. Listen to that lockup. You have a forward choiler if you wanted to use it, but it's a stunning knife. Good stiff detent on it, or not detent, but back spring. Look at that back spring. It's all Damascus as well. The bolsters, everything. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at the layers in that Damascus. I'm absolutely in love with this knife. I love the fact that it's not the same on either side. Everything, is different on either side. Just a beautiful knife. And I got this off Instagram. He put it up that he just finished doing this. It had been a project he'd been doing for a long while and just finished it. I happened to be, I think it was the first or the second person to see his Instagram, and I asked him, could I buy it straight away? Didn't wait, didn't ask, I just said, can I buy it now? And it was just, and he kindly sold it to me. So I was over the moon. And it is a stunning knife, good strong back spring. I love a strong back spring. So there you go. This is a little bit quicker, only 15 minutes. Gosh, I'm getting better at doing this. But this is another bunch of knives that I bought this year. They're in my collection. Most of them will never leave the collection because they're knives that I really, really like. But it's a small world and you never know what you'll do in this game. Well, I never know what I'm going to do in this game anyway. But thank you so much for watching. This is part 2. Part 3 will be modern unlocking knives that I bought this year, and see if I can pick the best of that. I think I've settled now, just doing this little video, I think I've settled on my top 5, which I'll do in about a week's time, once I've done all my other top 5s in the other categories. But there you go, lovely. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all my new subs that I've got. Still haven't got down to the caravan. I'm hoping to get out on Sunday, but at the minute, I am completely, I'm not even going to show you, I'm naked, apart from my pyjama bottoms. I can't wear a top at all. And the caravan's about, 40 minutes, 50 minutes away in a car. I'm not going down half naked in the winter. So there you go. All right, take care, everybody. And keep that beautiful thought of me naked in a winter car. That's what you want to have. Paddy's away, cup of tea time. Bye-bye now. Bye.